All right, good morning. Good morning. I am going to take you along with me this morning on my walk. So it's going to be a little different podcast. I'm not sure how much noise you'll be able to hear outside, so let me test that. All right, so I did my volume test just to see what all the sound would be like, and I'm cool with it. I have watched many videos and listened to even a podcast where someone was working out and it was all good. So I want to talk to you about the changes that you may have had to make because of the pandemic, and where do we go from here in regards to how we do business. I saw a post not too long ago, and the person didn't want to embrace the fact that we do indeed now have what I'm calling new normals, and that things will never go back to the way they were. Perfect example. My husband and I, we don't go every morning for a walk. He runs, I walk. But we do maybe 3 to 4 times a week. 3 to 4 times a week at this school. And we started doing this before the summer. And this is one of the changes that we made. He always ran before COVID, but I wouldn't go. I would work out at the Y. I was teaching group fitness classes there. So that was my workout because I enjoyed having the routine and music, and it was a set beginning, ending. So with the COVID, it's like now I started walking, and it was slow at first because I wasn't sure. Like, I didn't like walking on the track. I tried walking on the track. I didn't like walking on the track. It felt like I was just going in circles and not actually having a destination. So then I would start running on the other side, and it was like soccer field. So I'd oh gosh. I would walk around the soccer field. Then I started figuring out how many laps around would it take to get a mile. And so I just kind of made a game out of it and made it fun. And now we are at another school we walk at. And this one I like. He runs the track. I walk the parking lot and the basketball court and see, how many miles. So I know when I do about 2.5, that makes a mile. So it doesn't seem like a lot. And I feel like I'm going somewhere. But the strange thing about this is that this would not even be possible during this time of day if we were not in the pandemic, because it's a school. And let's say if it were April, the kids would be at school, right? Making sure my mic is still there. Kids will still be at school. So we've seen people out here biking, running, walking, practicing soccer on the field. Yesterday there was 2 people from band. Looked like they may have been the majorettes, and they were practicing their band routine on the field. So it's kind of interesting just seeing what everybody is doing. So that's the outside activity. During the exercise and getting self-care is super, super important in that way. So, curious to know how you're taking care of yourself when it comes to activity. We don't talk about it enough on the podcast here, but it's just as important as to how you're feeding your mind, how you're putting what you're learning into action. It's just as important, your physical activity. And most of us are sitting a good portion of the day, and doing something like this really helps to break up the monotony, but also for your body as well. I have read somewhere that sitting for long periods of time is bad for your health, like that it's worse than smoking. I'm not sure if that's true, but it's kind of scary if it is, because how many of us sit a lot for work. So anyway, there's soccer practice happening on the field, so if you hear that, that's what that is. Almost done with my first lap around. Okay, so let's talk about your VA business and changes that you're making as a result of the new normals. I haven't had a whole lot of changes except mentally, and that is, it feels crowded because now everybody is at home. It feels like everybody is at home. Whereas before, it was kind of something different. It was unique, to be working from home. Now it's the norm. And it's kind of like if you find a secret place that you enjoy, it's peaceful, it's quiet, nobody knows about it, that's your place. And then all of a sudden people learn about it, and now they're coming to it, and it's their place. And it's like all of a sudden that secret place is not yours anymore, it belongs to all these other people. In a way, it's kind of how I'm feeling about the whole working from home. Everybody's working from home. But anyway, just getting used to that. And I guess the fact Zoom blew up because everybody's working from home. And I get frustrated when people don't know how to use stuff. It's like, really? Or you're using it but not using it all the way. Like Zoom is for camera. Can you turn your camera on? But everybody is not me. I don't expect them to be. It's just an observation of all of that. So we're gonna get 2 miles in together today. Actually, I'm not gonna be able to talk that long. I don't mean 2 miles. We'll get 1 mile in together today. So take me on your walk with you. Tell me in the comments that you have taken me on your walk. Tell me how many miles you were able to get on our time together. I don't know. This episode is really just us hanging, just thinking. With the fact that we're all having to make adjustments, it feels like everybody's at home. Not only do you need to get out more, but I would say really make sure that you're resting. Do whatever you need to do to fully wind down. There was a time where I would feel like my brain would still be working. Even though I wasn't working, I'd be thinking about work and all the different things that need to get done. And I needed to really dump that somewhere so I could rest. So this is where writing is good. So physical activity, actually resting, and obviously to get your sleep, but I mean resting is really chilling. You know what I'm saying? Relaxing, breathing, sitting, stretching, just nothing, doing nothing. I think sometimes we go from one extreme to the other, like really, really running busy and then collapse, sleep. But there's no in between. No in between. So that's just as important. And the last thing that's important for us to take care of is water. Making sure we're drinking plenty of water. That will help so much. Let me tell you, my husband and I, we've had a couple of friends that have had kidney stones. It's like, what in the world? It's a scary thing. And one friend was like, it's related to eating a lot of sugary drinks and how the sugar calcifies in the kidneys, and now you have a stone. I mean, oh my gosh, it was scary. It is scary. And I'm sure it's very painful. So water. If nothing else, if you know why, I know I need to drink my water. Think about those kidney stones, and that'll help you chug it down. Get it down. Oh my goodness. So, I don't know if I can flip. No, I can't. I was going to see if I could flip my camera as I'm recording, but I can't. So you kind of see my scenery as I pass it. So yeah, today I want to just chat with you. Haven't done a just chatting kind of podcast in a while. This is what I do to get my walks in, get those miles. Usually I'm listening to music and just really in my thoughts. So peaceful. I didn't appreciate being outside. Like, growing up, I didn't like outside. I was a kid that hated to play outside. And if I was over a relative's house and they're like, oh, everybody's got to go outside. Oh, I just did not like that. I wanted to be inside in the AC and sit with the adults, listen to the adult conversations. But now I love it. I love being outside. So beautiful. It's so beautiful. And had it not been for having no other options, I don't know how long it would take me to appreciate outside. You see, I'm walking on the school basketball court here. So anyway, did you guys participate in the July community book club? If you did not, I don't know why not. The book was really, really good. We read Go for No and learned how setting no goals is an advantage to getting to the success goals that you have for yourself. So if you haven't gotten a chance to get that book or to read it, make sure you do. I'll post the link. And if you're curious to know what the book club is, I will I'll share the link to the last replay so you can get an idea of what it's like. And I don't know what we're going to read. I keep checking my microphone. I feel like the little cover is going to fly off. I don't know what we're going to read for August just yet. I am still searching for our next topic. And so we've done 3 books so far for 2020. We started in March. We've done 3 books. We'll do number 4 in August. So I have an announcement in the coming weeks on what that is. So that is that. Let me see how far I've gotten on my miles. 0.8. So I'm gonna keep talking until I get to 1 mile. Someone's standing in my path. They're gonna alternate my walkway here. Almost there.
Actually, take water break. We'll go to TV too.
This is cool, so I can see how long it takes me. Totally strolling today. Dragging a little bit this morning because it's Friday. Been a full week. Last couple of days been really full. Yesterday I felt like I talked all day long. So I want to hear about what you're doing to care for yourself, what kind of physical activity, how you relax, and what changes have you had to make in your business. I've pretty much ramped up things, been busier, and this is why it's more important, physical activity, more important than it was before, more important to actually recognize I can't do everything in one day. And it's okay if I can't get it all done in one day. Just make adjustments. Just like today's podcast, making adjustments. I've been wanting to test out talking and walking and seeing how that would go and what the video would be like and what would happen. So this was the perfect opportunity to do just that. And the sun is not super bright this morning, so that makes it good for the video. So I'm not totally shadowed out by the sun if I'm walking behind it. So anyway, this is episode number 186, and I'm still at 0.89 miles. Taking you along the way here. They're building a whole new soccer field. I'm not sure if you can see it behind me. Okay, so my alarm went off. When I started showing you the fields behind me, my alarm went off. That is all this construction behind me. So they're building more soccer fields. Should be pretty nice. So anyway, what was I saying before I got cut off? Showing you the field. Changes. Oh yes, so I want to hear about the changes that you're making in your business as well as all the other stuff. For me, again, it's just been busier. Some I had one client I totally fell off. I haven't heard from them since the beginning of the year. Things happen. I send emails to check. Prayerfully all is well. That's something to think about. I know a lot of times clients talk about virtual assistants going MIA, but clients go MIA sometimes too. What do you do in that situation? Something to think about. I'll talk about that in the next podcast. What should we do when clients go MIA on us? And I'm not talking about they owe you money, but just in general. I'll make a note of that. That's what we'll talk about on the next podcast. And I may do more of these walking ones just to mix it up some. I do get tired of recording in the office all the time, so this is good. And it's a way to kind of repurpose my walk as well. So anyway, my watch has vibrated. I am at the 1 mile, which means our time is up. Let me know your thoughts on this week's episode, this style. I may break it off into something else, because when I said 1 mile, it made me think about that as a name for something separate, a separate segment. Anyway, my brain is just going. You'll have a great day. I look forward to hearing from you. Post it in the comments either on YouTube or Facebook. If you haven't written a review for the podcast on iTunes, please do a review for me. I appreciate it. I read those and appreciate your feedback. What you say helps. It's encouraging. It also lets me know that you're listening. So have a great week. Get rest and stay productive in your virtual assistant business. I will see you next time on the podcast.